past week, we have seen a ton of news coming out from Team Green. Not only did we receive some massive system updates, more games being announced, and even some brand new questionable accessories, but we also received some rather large leaks surrounding some Xbox Game Pass games that are due to launch potentially next year. Safe to say, it's all sort of ramping up for Xbox into 2026, and I'm getting really excited. With that, my name is Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation. If you're new here or just returning, I cover everything from Xbox news, reviews, and updates every single day, so do make sure to subscribe down below if you love all things Xbox. Now with that, let's just dive right into the Xbox news that has occurred over this past week. First up, I wanted to highlight right away a rather substantial update for Red Dead Redemption, as it has finally dropped onto Xbox today. If you remember, you had to go back to the Xbox 360 version of this game and essentially play it via backwards compatibility just to experience this legendary title. It never really made sense that a classic like Red Dead Redemption would be locked to 30 frames on Microsoft's most powerful consoles, so it's great to see Rockstar Games finally implementing a free upgrade for all digital owners that introduces the likes of 60 FPS, enhanced image quality, and even HDR support. Going back and comparing the Xbox 360 version, you can definitely notice the enhanced level of detail here, alongside significantly reduced pop-in and just a cleaner look to the overall graphics that you don't even get with the backwards compatible release, and that was a version that already ran at 4K on the Xbox Series X. Side-by-side pictures though actually suggest the back-compat Xbox Series X and S version might sometimes still have an edge in its shots, but the new upgrade still feels better in motion and feels way more enjoyable to play. I will actually have a further video out later today or early tomorrow with a more detailed comparison of both versions, so you can essentially decide then if it's worth diving into or picking up this brand new updated version. The Xbox Game Pass Perks program is continuing to add a bunch of freebies for Game Pass members throughout December, including the likes of Fortnite, the Crew Motorfest, Delta Force, and just so many others. I do expect we may see many more come over the next few weeks, and I will update you within these videos when I do spot them. A notable addition this month though is that Xbox Game Pass subscribers are being treated to an exclusive offer for the Meta Quest 3S, and that actually includes the 128GB model along with Batman Arkham Shadow and Beat Saber for a price of £250 here in the UK or $250 in the US. This bizarrely isn't the Xbox edition of that headset though, and I do reckon that's probably because it's a limited time release and it's a standard white version at the time of this recording. As I have mentioned before though, it seems that most Xbox Game Pass perks will now be accessible to Essential, Premium, and also Ultimate members, but there are a few exceptions where only Ultimate members do get access to them. The most notable ones though are the Fortnite Crew and the Rocket League Rocket Pass, which are only available to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members at the time of this recording. With next year and beyond on Xbox looking pretty darn stacked at the moment, Microsoft could be having some trouble knowing exactly where to place its first-party games within its 2026 release calendar. I know of 4 big titles landing next year at this moment in time, and some fresh rumours this week are giving us a narrower window for one of those titles, whilst also adding another 5th game into the 2026 release cadence. First up, Nate the Hate, who's a well-known gaming leaker, has taken to social media this past week to reiterate that Forza Horizon 6 is still planned for the first half of 2026. I know I've actually heard a similar rumour to this one before, but for now, Xbox and Playground Games have simply attached a broad 2026 window to the Forza Horizon 6 in an official capacity. The rumour on our second game though in question isn't actually quite as specific in terms of its window, but it's still an interesting update for the Xbox Game Pass Studio title nonetheless. Clockwork Revolution from In Exile, which at this moment in time doesn't have any sort of release timeframe, could also be coming from Microsoft sometime in 2026. Over on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, they actually spotted that the former In Exile writer Nathan Long has Clockwork Revolution listed on LinkedIn as one of their 2026 projects, even if Long is seemingly no longer working on this title. Of course, as is always the case with any sorts of these rumors, I'm always going to urge you to prepare a bucket load of salt with these 2 announcements. Microsoft certainly hasn't confirmed either of these rumors or leaks right now, and all I know for sure is that both of these titles will be coming in the near future. I am hoping we get an official update on both of them pretty soon, and hopefully we might see them at the Dev Direct this January. On the back of Xbox's November 2025 update, which I will cover a little bit shortly, Microsoft has given us some fresh figures on Xbox cloud gaming usage these day and age, with the service actually up across a bunch of different metrics year on year. First off, the team says that Xbox cloud gaming usage in general from Game Pass subscribers is up 45% on last year, while console players are also using Xbox cloud gaming 45% more compared to the same time in 2024. To be honest, those are some pretty huge jumps, although it's not quite as big as a leap for Xbox cloud gaming on different devices outside the console. That particular needle has actually only moved 24% year on year. It's still a notable boost, but then again, it's still a little bit lower than the console comparison. Microsoft's cloud gaming push definitely seems to be paying off for them though, so I'm really interested to hear how they expand it in the near future. Keeping in line with cloud gaming and as part of the November 2025 update, Microsoft also announced some brand new features for Xbox Cloud Gaming, including a new user-selected resolution option that brings enhanced stream quality for select titles. Following on from the likes of Digital Foundry spotting that certain Xbox Cloud Gaming titles are now streaming up to 1440p, Microsoft has also confirmed that resolution bump internally. They have now actually added the option to choose your preferred video quality when streaming your games. As part of this November update to Xbox Cloud Gaming though, the team has also announced that the program is now available in India as well for the first time ever, and it also includes the likes of LG TV and Amazon Fire TV devices in Brazil and Argentina. These new options are available right now, and I'll be keen to see them bring it out to more devices in the near future. I would be curious though, have you been diving into the Xbox Cloud Gaming experience recently, and have you experienced any of these changes? You'll have to let me know in the comment section below. In case you somehow missed it, Young Sons has quietly arrived onto the Xbox Game Pass library in a game preview state, meaning that is an early access title. This is a narrative life sim for 1 to 4 players in which you take on different quests, build and customize your spaceship, form different relationships, and ultimately attempt to help rebuild and improve society for everyone around you. The game has and is being developed by Canadian studio Co-op, whose previous title we never got to experience on Xbox in the form of Goodbye Volcano High, and that one actually won multiple awards and received some great reviews back in 2023. So this one seems well worth checking out if you get the chance to do so. Young Sons is available right now, and upon playing it myself, it seems pretty decent, but then again, I need to get way more time under my belt to actually experience this one. Now, let's be honest, we've been seeing some pretty wild collaborations from Xbox these days, especially when it comes to stuff like apparel and not Xbox hardware. Well, in a surprise, Xbox-inspired Crocs have now been revealed and are on sale right now. I won't lie to you, I think these look pretty awful, but I'm certainly not a Croc fan by any means. You also might be surprised with how they look from different angles. They are literally based on an Xbox controller, complete with the likes of analog sticks, buttons, and a D-pad, which is a pretty unique style for sure. They are selling for a whopping £80 here in the UK and $80 over in the US, which did actually shock me, as I really don't know why they're that expensive. Still, I would be curious to hear your thoughts on these, and if any of you have actually bought a pair of these brand new Crocs. You may be aware by now, but Remedy's co-op shooter, known as FBC Firebreak, hasn't exactly had the quietest start to life on Xbox, but the team vowed to support the game back in summer, announcing a major update for later on this year. Well, that Rogue Protocol update has now been delayed as well, as the studio makes sure that everything feels right just before its launch. Announcing the news via Steam, the Control dev actually says that its cross-platform voice chat feature is now live, but the accompanying major update has been delayed to January 2026. In short, the team goes on to say that it simply needed some extra time to make Rogue Protocol a polished and balanced and definitely worthy of your time, which is great to see, as I'd prefer to have a delayed game rather than a broken one. Despite this last minute delay though, Remedy has shared some more details on the new mode coming within this update, and it's called Endless Shift. As the name suggests, this is a horde mode that tasks players with surviving endless waves of increasingly dangerous enemies. That's not exactly the most original addition to FBC Firebreak for sure, but the studio is at least hoping to put its own Control universe spin on things with its unique theme and also setting. I actually quite enjoyed my time with FBC Firebreak. It didn't really break new ground, and I'm hoping these brand new updates do bring it to a wider audience. The Game Awards are coming up in just a couple of weeks' time on the 11th of December, which means we're probably going to start seeing hints at what might crop up at the show in the near future. Earlier this week, the first game that was revealed was in the form of Exodus, which definitely has me excited, but now a brand new trademark also suggests that developer Remedy might make an appearance as well. As spotted by outlet MP First, representatives of Remedy, known as the Nordia Attorneys at Law, have filed a trademark for something called Control Resonant. At this time, I don't really know anything about the subtitle, but folks are beginning to speculate that it could refer to either Control 2 or a potential Control TV show, both of which have actually been announced in the recent years. In terms of what I'm most interested to see here, it of course has to be Control 2, and if you remember, Remedy did announce to investors last year that its Control sequel is now in a playable format, so there's every chance that the team is now ready to show off what they've been working on at the Game Awards. This could also be alongside the FBC Firebreak update and details on the TV show, so obviously we have to take these rumours with a very big pinch of salt again. It's no secret that Microsoft wants the ROG Xbox Ally to feel as comfortable for console users as humanly possible, but that can definitely be difficult when you're wielding a Windows 11 PC within your hands. One of the problems though, and something that I've experienced, is that the games require tinkering in terms of power settings, frame rates, graphics, and various other things that can affect the likes of performance and battery life. To counter this though, Xbox have now unveiled a brand new feature called Default Game Profiles, and it will support over 40 games at launch, with its preview starting a couple of days ago. The idea is when you load up these games and you've got default game profiles turned on, the Xbox Ally will automatically do all the hard work in the background to essentially optimize for performance and also battery life. These profiles have been carefully handcrafted for every single game and apparently can offer some significant benefits compared to mutual tuning. In my personal view, this is a fantastic move from the Xbox team to add even more optimization to games on the Ally handhelds, and it should mean that even casual adopters who don't actually do any tweaking will be able to get the most out of these titles within their new systems. I do love that Xbox are making some huge changes here, and I expect way more as we head into 2026. What do you think about the Xbox news and updates over the past week? I would be curious to see if any of you have picked up those Xbox Crocs, what your thoughts are on Xbox Cloud Gaming currently, especially if you're in the likes of India and you've only just had access to it, and what you think about the games going forwards. Remember as well to smash that like button if you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe as well for Xbox content on a daily basis, and a big shout out as well to our channel members for your continued support and